So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here, a clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. Well, I'm Peter Drury, and I'm joined in the commentary box by the familiar figure of Jim Beglin.
Well, I can tell you, I'm truly delighted to join you, Peter, and thank you very much for that.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here, the supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. So straight into the action. Nice interception, well timed. Knocks it into space. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Zaire Emery. Zaire Emery made a surge from fullback, as it turned out unsuccessfully. Turns back here, probably the best option. Now he's off and running. And the counter is on. Bruno Fernandes. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. And they can counter here. This looks promising. Konate did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Yeah, Thibaut Courtois. He's a huge presence between the sticks, and that's not just because he's 6'6", Peter. He's got great reflexes, wonderful positioning, and he's a strong defensive leader. I think opposition defences will also need to watch out for his long throws. They're quick, they're accurate, and a source of many a good counter-attack.
I'm thinking the same. He will be a central feature, no doubt. And here's Mbappe. Cucurella picks it up out wide. And they've got rid. Nicked it back promptly. Kimmich tries to play it through. That's an excellent interception.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity. Well, caution is dominating proceedings. This isn't meeting expectations.
And it's Bruno Fernandes.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
And that has been cleared. And reclaimed it in a trice. Bruno Fernandes. And here's Thuram. Thuram touches it back. Thinks chance! Bruno Fernandes finds himself offside. He's had a shot! That is decidedly lacking.
Look, we've all been there. Not that it'll make him feel much better at the moment. Terengganu definitely like their pressing from the front.
Yeah, it's relentless at times, Jim, isn't it? High energy, high intensity.
Standard practice nowadays, Peter. Make sure you don't give your opponents any time to think on the ball.
Thuram. Chouameni. And here's Bellingham. Bruno Fernandes. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Now it's Zaire Emery. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Van de Ven. Andrik. It's Kimmich. Conte. Very nicely done. Skims one in.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Kimmich. Played back into the centre. Well, I'm not sure how the stats look in terms of expected goals, but nothing actual has materialised so far. Bruno Fernandes. That has been slung wide. And he's picked it up out wide. That is a brilliant interception. Chouameni. Conte. And it's Bellingham. And it's Cucurella. Chouameni. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Kimmich carries the ball down the right. Kimmich stood his ground strongly. And that brings the first half to a close. A decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps. Some first half thoughts?
Solid, very solid, actually, Peter. They haven't made much of an impression at the other end, but defensively I think they've got an awful lot right, completely nullifying their opponents. Now they just need to focus on getting a little more creative.
Hello attendees.
So it's simmered along nicely for 45 minutes, but still no goals. It is 0-0 at half-time.
Kindly make his way to the information centre.
So let's get the ball rolling.
Well, I can imagine both managers have been in the ears of the players. They want more. Let's hope the game comes to life sooner rather than later.
Looking for a corner.
They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Shoots! Oh, good finish. Just as they wanted it, just when they wanted it. A first breakthrough.
Well, it looks like a bit of half-time encouragement was all that was needed, because we have a very different game on our hands now, Peter.
And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Donnarumma clears. Kante really struggling to influence the game.
He needs a minder, and one of his teammates should be picking up on that, and quickly.
He's cut it out. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Knocks it out wide. Dembele receives it in a good position here.
Vietnam are clearly enjoying a very good spell. The flow of momentum is bang in their favour.
Over to the other side.
Good switch, that.
Looking to play him in. The message is clear, none shall pass.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Looking for options for movement. He has found a way through. Vietnam claiming a corner, and the referee concurs. Corner number 2 then.
Substitution on the field. Number 6, Isaac. Number 18, Mbappe. Number 22, Bellingham.
And into the grateful arms of the keeper.
Number 15,
And now a sudden chance to counter.
Number 13, Vinicius Junior. Number 21, Eze.
Bruno Fernandes.
Substitution.
And he plays one through. Just the keeper in it. Chance for a shot. In he goes again. It's a goal. And there's the goal they've been looking for. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
That's smart play from him, actually, Peter. That goal was all about positioning. He knew instinctively where to be should the keeper have gotten a little jittery.
Oh, a gilt-edged Haaland! Relentless! Just relentless! It's all becoming so easy. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
And now he has 2.
Substitution on the field. Number 4.
So we have movement on both benches.
Number 9.
3-0 and things are starting to look awfully cosy.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
And the shot! Vietnam perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. The ball is loose and the chase is on. Well, that is one way to stop him. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. And here's Vinicius Junior. Big chance! So what can they make of this? Well, they've got it again. That'll be a throw. Nuno Mendes is wide and looking to get onto this. Haaland, and the shot! And he hits the net. And there's your hat-trick hero. He is simply indefatigable. As simple as you like, the outcome utterly inevitable.
Yeah, it's simply tragic defending when a renowned finisher is ignored. It's how he built his reputation.
And with that, the hat-trick is complete.
And the frightening thing is, Peter, this isn't even a surprise. He thrives in these situations.